is WM19/12-149. Authorize the sale of the former Brookhaven Medical Care Facility and authorize the board chair to sign the purchase agreement.
So moved.
Support.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion that's been supported. I know Matt is here, I think, to address any questions on that.
I just have one about the cemetery out there. Does this include the cemetery property or not?
Matt, Public Works.
The good news and lay it out for us a little bit.
The buyer has signed the purchase agreement, and the buyer still has a few days to, go through it more and potentially back out. We do have backup offers, so there'll be a lot more details, to come. But I think the good thing is, our commercial realtor Bob Horn did feel we could sell it through this auction. I had my doubts. It's been for sale for a long time. We brought 12 groups through there, so the biggest thing for the county, not just the money we get that will go into the building improvement fund, is getting out from under a very costly large building. So this is.
So I'll follow up on that.
Sure.
Then you actually raised a question for me. The backup buyers, were they going to use it for a nursing home also, or did they not?
That is my understanding, yes.
And the purchaser, did he go through the building or have a rep go through before they bid on it?
Yeah, he had himself, architects, other things go through twice,
Okay.
and I'm taking them back through tomorrow morning.
Yes, Wilson.
Yes, Matt, what happens to the cemetery and the upkeep of that, or do we maintain it?
Yeah, we do maintain that cemetery. It's not part of this property. A couple board meetings ago, you approved a little bit of money to do some, tree work in there. I know there's been a group in there for the last couple of years that has brought, gravestones up and really done a great job, making it look nice. Right now, we just pretty much mow it. Yep.
Yes, Marcia.
Yeah, what's happening with Brinks?
We've arranged meetings with Health West staff and the new owner, or the new potential owner. They are working with our commercial realtor. It's my understanding that they want to lease to Brinks, and it's my understanding Brinks program wants to stay. So we'll be part of that to make sure it's a good deal for everybody. So.
Just curious, the buyer's premium, I've not heard of that term before. Is that common?
In this case, it is, we call the gavel price when the auctioneer says sold. If you've ever gone to a car auction, you pay that price, plus you walk up and you pay the auction fees, is essentially what that is.
45,000.
Yes.
So it doesn't go to us, it goes to the
No, right. It covers the cost. Now we do, whatever amount we sell it for, we have a contract with JLL that they get 6% of the sale. So which is standard. Well, usually it's 7%, but in this case, it's 6%. So.
On top of the 45,000.
No.
Okay.
Whatever the sale price is, the buyer's premium, that goes to the auction house. Whatever number's left, the realtor gets 6% of that.
Charles.
Along with that, when is the finalization of this bid transaction take place? And is there any other contingencies besides what we have?
As is, where is. As far as any contingencies, I use the term 50-50 warranty. If it breaks in half, they keep both halves. So we're very careful in our attorneys work through this as well. As is, we've disclosed everything. I forgot the first part of your question. Oh, on the date.
Yeah.
After the 17th, Beth? After the 17th. So the full board will meet on the 10th. We'll get a signing and try to have a closing the day after the 17th.
Matt,
Yes.
you said there was a buyer premium paid.
Mhm.
Is that final? I mean, do they get that back if they back out of it?
Mm-mm.
Or you don't know?
I would imagine they would, because if we go to the backup offer, I can't imagine the auction house will get 2 buyer premiums. So
Okay.
So this isn't a question, but could we have taken this property to the auction out to realtor? I mean, for future use, can we do that? Say once a listing on some other properties goes out, can we take them to the auction ourselves, or do we need to involve a realtor in that?
well, we had hired the board of commissioners hired a realtor to sell it. That realtor was under contract. You know, we tried and tried and tried, nothing came of it. He brought in this auction house. So I guess technically I don't know if there's
If they're-
you have to be part of a club to use that. I don't know the answer to that question, but we were under contract to sell it through.
Certainly, I understand for this property. I'm just wondering for future property sales that we can't sell, could we, the other property, the industrial park that we thought we sold, I mean, is there an opportunity that might go to auction?
We've thought of that. Yeah,
Okay.
so we'll talk about that next. You know, once this is closed, we'll see if that's a viable option as well. But to answer your question, could we have done it on our own? I don't know for certain. I don't know why we couldn't. We'll look into that. It's a very legitimate question.
But if you're under contract with a realtor, to a certain date, if it happens before then, they get their cut.
Correct.
Yeah, right.
You know, I'd just like to throw out, it seems like it was easy to, they put it at auction, it sold, but that property had been shown by Matt numerous times, and
Dozens
lots of
of
calls were made to what we thought might be potential users for a nursing home. No one was interested. So it did go through, but it wasn't
It
easy.
worked hard.
Yeah, no, I'm not suggesting we backtrack. I'm just thinking about the future.
Okay, yes, Marcia.
Just where does the 900,000 go? Is that back to general fund? Or
No,
is
that
there
goes into the building improvement fund.
building
Yeah,
improvement?
and so
Oh,
out of
any
that,
buildings.
we pay for capital repairs. Right, sir?
Correct.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Okay, well, this is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it's good to get it back into use, back on the tax rolls.
All right.
Well, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion passes. Next is old business. Does anyone have any old business they'd like to bring up before the committee?
I would. I'm not sure it's old or not, but we have talked about this before. And many of you probably received this last night. The supplemental appropriation has been restored. What affects us is the 14.8 million for county jail reimbursements throughout the state, right? 13.1 million for secondary road patrol throughout the state, 4 million in grants for municipal airports, PFAS, which we had some of that money coming this way. The Veterans County Service Fund and the PILT payments, all that has been supplemental restored, 27 to 147 vote. So that's good news for the Sheriff's Department, our PFAS issue.
Mark,
Yes.
does the governor have to sign that?
The one who restored it.
She was part of the discussions, so
Huh.
They didn't just vote on it, they've actually
it voted on, and my understanding,
Still
governor had
has
to
to
sign.
sign it. Yeah.
That's it for me for old business.
any new business?
Well, I just wanted to see if we get any update on the Health West issue.
Yes, I've been sending in questions too as well on that one, so we're still waiting next week, hopefully.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
could I ask the board for a show of hands on a work session on Tuesday that we have pertaining to the Register of Deeds moving into the clerk's office? Should we have the work session or should we not?
Okay,
So
so
we're asking if
it's
you
a-
are interested in going through with the work session or canceling it.
So the question
we don't know
is,
anything.
Should we
do
have the
you
work
wanna have
session?
the work session.
Correct.
All right. If you, this is a non.
Just
it
to raise a
for
hands
inform-
type no formalities. Do we want to go forward with it or cancel it?
If you-
I have no information on this. I mean, is there room in the clerk's office? I mean, what's the reason for it?
That'd be the purpose of their work session. It was 2 months ago to ask staff to put it on the schedule. It's
Oh.
coming up Tuesday, and that's when we have a legal opinion on it, and that information would be provided.
At the work session.
All right, so if you're interested in the work session, raise your hand.
Guess we need
Five.
to know something about it. If we're gonna do it.
It was 5?
Yeah, I counted 5.
So
Counted
there's how
5.
many? There's
I-
8. So
It's
I
five,
guess
so
we're-
we have
There's
5 that
9.
want to have the work session. So it looks like we're going to have a work session.
On Tuesday, next Tuesday at 2 p.m.
Will that include lunch?
It will add transportation a half hour before.
Any other new business?
Yeah, I already have it in.
Public comment. Anyone in the audience would like to make a public comment on any?
I want to make
anything?
a couple comments since there's no public here. You may have heard Commissioner Hughes let us know that her mom passed away this morning. So keep her in your prayers if you would. And you notice that our recorder IT is not here today recording because they're doing it remotely. So they're doing it from their office, pushing play, and he did text me that he is recording. Just confirmed. So instead of having a physical body here, you can actually start and stop from their office.
Mark, what about that? At the last meeting, somebody was wondering if they could zoom that lens in a little bit. Is that?
I mean, best we can do is zoom in. If we want to catch the speaker, we can only zoom in so far. We can't zoom in on all the way because then it passes the speaker. But yes, he can adjust the zoom. Other than that, we'd actually have to move.
Yeah.
it
Okay.
closer.
I talked to him afterwards, and he said he could move that thing that's hanging down forward a square or two, if But we'd lose some by we'd lose catching the
Beth in the first 2
audience.
rows.
Yeah.
Let us
Um,
know what you like. I mean, yeah, we can.
I think
can
we
do
can
whatever-
bypass the audience.
Yeah, we don't need to see the back of the audience head.
I know I'm right behind that screen, so it's.
But we do want to catch the speaker. That's what I think they're talking about.
He
But
said
if
he
they
could-
could move it up
He
to
could
that
move the
point.
screen,
All right.
tilt the screen. So
I can put that request in.
Request that they get a little better coverage of us so they can see us.
Yes. And then also I'm going to have him put up a little thing up there that says recording on, recording off. So
oh, good.
that gives us an indication that recording started and when the meeting's over,
Good
we
idea.
know it's over.
So he has zoomed it in right now a little bit, but I'm watching it. But it could still get zoomed in more because you're still looking at it would be the back of the 3rd row head right now.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't necessary.
Okay. Any other? Yes, Mark.
Oh, I'm good.
Done?
We have a work session. Yeah, I was going to tell you that. But you know that already.
Okay. No more. Yes.
I wanted to bring up too with the camera being loaded to YouTube. I think we need to discuss on how much we're gonna put on there, how long we're gonna put it on there, and if we archive and save these. And there'd probably be some information legal counsel might want to let us know about.
Okay.
Well, I think
I
we've
think-
had that discussion. So we're going to do all committee meetings and full board meetings, and YouTube saves that indefinitely. So they're archived on YouTube.
But we want to
permanently.
be careful about putting too much on YouTube so we don't start getting charged for it.
There's no charge.
After a while, it may be. When we put too much stuff on there, they'll
No,
start charging.
YouTube is free. So
I understand, but that's not what I've been told. After a while, and we can download stuff off of there. And the question is, do we save it, and how long do we save it?
I mean, I can confirm what Commissioner's saying about the cost, and then any time in the future we do see a cost, we can let people know. But right now we're storing it indefinitely.
And I just say that because video is extremely large, and it saves a lot of. It takes up a lot of space, and once you start getting to so many videos and so much space,
I've never heard of anybody being charged for that. And there's people that
actually, the county can make money off of it if they want to commercialize the page. You don't have enough viewers to do it, but then they would run commercials on it. And right now it's a commercial-free page, so there's no financial gain to the county. But
you have to get so many hits for that to happen.
I would like to say the way we did this was fiscally pretty responsible. I thought. I mean, you can hear and see. And it's essentially, at this point, other than a small investment in equipment, it's free.
Yeah, they did say it's zoomed in. He just texted me, said it's zoomed in as far as you can see it. So take another look if you would and see if it's.
So Lisa, would you stand up at the thing and see how you look? No, really, go up there so we can see on his camera how it looks.
Wave at the camera.
Yeah, it's fine.
How's it look, Zach? With her
Oh.
there.
Second delay
Yeah.
there.
She's okay. You can see
He's
her.
not up to the screen yet. It's a little bit behind.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, we don't have any committee meetings out.
See her okay?
Well,
She's not
some of
up
the
yet.
committee
It's-
meetings,
it's
like
on its
Senior
way.
Activities Committee, is not here, so that would not be a videotaped.
Those are just advisory committees. So
Oh,
advisory
those are
committees.
advisory, yeah,
All committees of the board are here.
are here, so that's right.
Yeah, we can see
Almost.
Zach, is it better?
It's the same as you would see the back of the heads of those heads at the second row. And
See Lisa okay there. You can see Lisa good.
How about the commissioners?
It's fine. I don't think we need to be on there. I think the big part is the sound. I never watch YouTube. I just listen to it anyway. So.
Okay.
It's fine with me the way it is.
Unless
Thank you,
somebody-
Lisa.
So are we wanting to physically move it up any, or leave it as is?
It looked good on what I seen of Zach's phone from here.
Why don't we wait and just see if there's complaints or, because we could,
I haven't
they
seen it
could
yet.
physically move the camera ahead on the ceiling tiles, right?
Correct.
Right.
Or we could just turn the pedestal sideways where the person's speaking, then they would see them on the camera too.
But we always want to
The person
speak into
facing the
us
commission.
versus the audience.
Should be speaking to the commission, not the.
Yeah,
Right,
audience.
right.
All right.
True.
Moving on. That's the end of public comment. If that's it, I need a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? We're adjourned.
Oh, I mean, we're recording and stuff, and we got to say, but do we have to keep it? And how long do we have to keep it? You know,